ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय मृत्यवे ब्रह्मविद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च।
Namaste. Is the volume okay for everyone, or is it just me? I don't know.
Okay. Volume is fine.
Volume is fine.
Kasmat. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
तस्मात्
न नरेण अवरेण
न नरेण अवरेण
प्रोक्त एषः.
प्रोक्त एषः.
So we are now at which page on the PDF file?
46.
46. Okay. So in Gita press 51. Okay. Na narena varena
न नरेणावरेण
prokta eshaha
प्रोक्त एषः
suvigneyaha
सुविज्ञेयः
bahuda chintyamanaha
बहुधा चिन्त्यमानः
nanya prokte
अनन्यप्रोक्ते
gatiratra nasti
गतिरत्र नास्ति
aniyan hi
अणीयान् हि
atarkyamanu pramanat.
अतर्क्यमणुप्रमाणात्
Again. न नरेणावरेण प्रोक्त एषः
न नरेणावरेण प्रोक्त एषः
सुविज्ञेयो बहुधा चिन्त्यमानः
सुविज्ञेयो बहुधा चिन्त्यमानः
अनन्यप्रोक्ते गतिरत्र नास्ति
अनन्यप्रोक्ते गतिरत्र नास्ति
अणीयान् ह्यतर्क्यमणुप्रमाणात्.
अणीयान् ह्यतर्क्यर् once more Guruji please
अणीयान् ह्यतर्क्यम्
अणीयान् ह्यतर्क्यम्
अणुप्रमाणात्.
अनुप्रमाणात् अणीयान् ह्यतर्क्यर् no अणीयान् ह्यतर् I think
अणीयान् ह्यतर्क्यमणुप्रमाणात्.
अणीयान् ह्यतर्क्यम् अनुप्रमाणात्.
Yeah.
धन्यवादः गुरुजी.
So some important ideas being conveyed by Yamadharmaraj over the last few classes here. So Shreyascha Prayascha Visa, that was the beginning of telling the student the type of pursuits that are available in this world, in this life of ours. Okay. And so a brilliant separation of Dharmartha Kama from moksha, the two different things. And how do those things get differentiated? Dharmartha Kama is within the realm of karma and karma phalam. They are all results, karma phalam, which have to be obtained by doing karma. And this is the only life we know. There's no other possibility. If you ask anybody, how do you get something? That person will tell you how to get that. whatever he or she wants. But moksha, and in Advaita Vedanta, moksha is something that is already accomplished. It's not something you get. The minute you say you have to get it, even though there is Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, there is Guru Shishya Parampara, all that. Some passage of time and all is there, no doubt about that. But then time itself is invalidated. Kartritvam is invalidated. Invalidated means what? The Satyatvam I have given to time, Satyatvam I have given to this world, the Satyatvam I have given to my body, mind, senses. That Satyatva Buddhi is gone. It is replaced by what? Mithyatva Buddhi. The Satyatva Buddhi I have given to the pot will be replaced by Mithyatva Buddhi. No, pot is not Satyam. Clay is Satyam. I recognize the Satyam which is clay. If I say that, it means my whole vision is going to now completely change. So that's the journey here. We saw that. Yamadharmaraja introduced that to us. And then he talked about in the last mantra, Shravanayapi Bahubir Yona Labhya. So praising this particular knowledge. Why a particular teacher, such a teacher is there itself is an amazing thing. And that such a knowledge is there because this knowledge is going to be missed out. Nobody can even guess. Maybe I am the whole. Maybe I am essentially same as God. Who's going to guess this? Not possible. Even when this is available, there are so many darshanas there. And people say, how can you be God? Means how can you be essentially God? Not possible. It's just impossible. Advaita Vedanta is going against the tide. Correct? And therefore, Shravanayapi Bahubir Yona Labhyaha. 7. But then it is actually the simplest thing. Once you think about it, Viveka is there, then it becomes very simple. Then you have to, you cannot but say, yeah, this is the solution. This is the end game. And so much variety, let it be there. But variety has a purpose. But that need not be Paramarthika Satyam. This much we understand. So having said all that, now in this mantra, Na Narena Avarena Prokta Yeshaha. Here he is highlighting the importance of a proper teacher, guru. Proper, the word proper is defined. What do you mean by proper guru? That is the idea here. That is being mentioned in this mantra number 8. So you can say this is a praise of the teacher. Okay. So in Mundaka Upanishad, there is a beautiful mantra where the word guru has been explained by 2 words. You can note these words. One is called Shrotriyaha. Shrotriya. Another is called Brahmanishtaha. 2 words are useful for us in understanding this mantra also. Shrotriyaha, Brahmanishtaha. Those 2 words you can note down. So there, Parikshalokan, Karmachitan, Nirvedamayat, Brahmanaha, Nastya Kritaha Kritena. Beautiful. And one mantra says Parikshalokan. It defines the journey of the Shishya. It tracks. And Pariksha Lokan, that Shishya is one who Lokan Pariksha, having examined that person's experiences, all experiences from birth onwards till today, having experienced Pariksha Lokan Karma Chitan, then having recognized that, everything I am doing is I must do something, I must get something, I must do something, I must get something. Then whatever I get is gone after some time, then I have to re-get it. So I have to put a re-effort. And this re-effort, re-get, this is how my life is. Karma Chitan. Nirvedamayat Brahmanaha. This person is called a Brahmanaha. This person. Not the person who is wearing all these threads and all these colors and all these things. No, that person is not a Brahman. This person who has thought through it is called a Brahmanaha. And why? What is the other thing? Nasti akritaha kritena. No, there is something called Atma, like this Nachiketa has figured out. something that exists, which is who I am. Okay, that existence, not this changing stuff, all the stuff that's changing, including the body. There is some Atma. Nasti akrita kritena. That Atma cannot be obtained by karma, action, kritena. Look at that. Therefore, Atma cannot be karma phalam. Moksha cannot be karma phalam. Nasti akrita kritena. Then, tad vijnanartham. In order to know that, you don't have to write these things down. Just listen. Tad vijnanartham. In order to understand this Atma that he has figured out by listening somehow and understanding, properly assimilating his own experiences, that vijnanartham sa gurumeva gacche. May that person go seek a guru. That is what he said. Then two more words are there. Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Who is a guru? Person is a Shrotriya. Who is a Shrotriya? Shrotriya means one who knows how to communicate this teaching, because it is Anuhu, Sukshmaha, according to Yama. Okay. Nahi Suvijneyam Anuresha Dharmaha. So because it is Anu, it has been properly understood. Somebody cannot pick up a book on cardiology and then say, I've studied all these things, I have written all these exams, therefore I'm a cardiologist. No cardiologist will accept this. And you can say, therefore I'm ready to practice this science. It won't work. You have to go through the motions, and especially if you're a surgeon, if you want to be a surgeon, you've got to go through the motions. It's all these plans they have. You got to go through the internship and then this, that, etc. So here, what about here? Nothing to practice, really speaking. Atma is full. It's all cognitive. Okay, there's no need to go to a lab. Your whole world is your lab, and I've been in this lab all along. Therefore, Nirveda Mayat in that mantra gains Vairagyam. Vairagyam to dispassion to all the things he or she has experienced. So Shrotriya is what? Person who knows all the prakriyas, how to communicate this. The person knows Karana Karya Prakriya, cause effect methodology, Avasthatraya Prakriya. Avasthatraya means 3 states of experience: waking, dream, and sleep. All these prakriyas the person knows. That person is called a Shrotriya. Then another word used, Brahmanishtaha. Brahmanishtaha is one who has understood Brahma and is steadfast in that Brahman, in that knowledge of Brahma. Means crystal clear ityarthaha. Unshakable. Person must know the methodology and must have learned it that way, and then person must have said game over. The person who says game over is a Brahmanishtaha. You need those two are there. There can be a Brahmanishta without being a Shrotriya. There can be a Shrotriya without being a Brahmanishta. Both are possible. So therefore the Shastram says these two have to be there. So we have this Margari Bhajan. Margari means this month of Margari, which started a few days ago. So the tradition is they go around singing bhajans and the praise of Bhagavan. So our center, it has started now. So we may be hearing it. We have a bonus today. So, Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Am I audible? Okay. So we'll continue. That Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam is the type of guru, type of teacher you want. Person who knows the Sampradaya properly, who knows the Darshanas properly, okay, who knows what are the pitfalls in this subject. Anuresha Dharmaha, Yama has told, therefore the teacher has to be aware. He or she cannot simply say, oh, it's simple and then walk away. Or cannot be surprised that somebody did not understand it. Cannot be angry at students for not properly understanding a particular idea. So that so much is involved in that. Okay. So here, look at that. Na narena avarena prokta esha. I give you a gist of this mantra now before going to the Bhaashyam. Okay. Na narena avarena proktaha esha. Avarena narena. Proktaha. Proktaha means taught. What is taught? Yeshaha. Yeshaha means Atma. When this Atma is taught, by whom? By Avarena Narena. A person. Ara is a person, human being. What kind of human being? Avarena. Avaraha means Avara Guru. A guru who is not a Shrotriya Brahmanishta. Okay, not a Shrotriya, not a Brahmanishta. That person is called Avaraha, Avara Guru. Okay, in this mantra, Avaraha. Okay, then what happens if that doesn't happen? Suvijñeyaha Bahuda Chintyamanaha. Na Suvijñeya, bring the na here. You start by such a person. Na Suvijñeyaha. Remember, Emma said, right? Nahi Suvijñeya Anunesha Dharmaha. Then it is not going to be understood, properly understood. Maybe some vague ideas will be there. Vague ideas will be there. Bahuda chintya manaha. Thought of differently. There are so many philosophies. So many things are there. Vedanta itself is subdivided into so many categories. You've got Advaita Vedanta, Vishishta Advaita, and Dvaita. And among Vedantas itself, more further subdivisions are there. Advaita, Dvaita Advaita Vedanta, Shuddha Advaita Vedanta. Okay, Achintya Bheda Veda Dvaita Vedanta. Like this, there are so many nuances. And you read all these things, you feel like pulling the hair out. Like that, it is so many differences. There are people who won't agree with each other on certain things. Bahuda Chintya Manaha. When the Satyam is missed, then there will be what? Many opinions will be there. So that's the idea here. Bahuda Chintyamana, how beautiful it is. Then what? Ananya Prokte. On the other hand, if it is taught by an Ananya, that Shrotriya Brahmanishta is referred to by the word Ananya here. And what is the Shankara will give meanings to Ananya? Ananya means what? Anyaha. Anyaha means other. Ananyaha means not other. Means what? One who does not think Ishvara to be another, one who does not think Ishvara to be other than oneself, that person is called an Ananyaha. Look at how beautiful the word is. Okay, that person is called Ananyaha. And Shankara is going to give another meaning also. We will see that. Okay, but for now, Ananya Prokte, when it is taught by such a person who is a Brahmanishta Shrotriya, then what? Gatihi atra nasti. Atra gatihi nasti. Then there is no gatihi. Gatihi. Shankara is going to give 4 meanings for the word gati. There is no samsara. Gatihi. Gatihi means movement. Movement means samsara. It's constantly going from here to there, to here to there, to here to there. And then from this Janma to next Janma also. And then in next Janma also here to there, to here to there. This is called gati. And Shankaracharya is also going to give another meaning for it, which is avagatihi. Avagatihi means understanding. Lack of understanding. Gatihi, gati, movement in thought means lack of understanding, improper understanding. Nasti, there cannot be any more doubt about Atma. And it is taught by whom? Ananyena prokte sati. Right? Then what? Aniyan hi atarkyam anupramanat. Else, anyatha, if that is not so, if the teacher was not an anyaha, then what happens? Aniyan hi atarkyam anupramanat. Anupramanat aniya. When the person only uses logic, tarka, the word tarka is used here. Atarkyam, that which cannot be figured out by pure logic alone. That Atma. Logic can only take you from one finite entity to another finite entity. Logic can never take you from finite to infinite. Not possible. So atarkyam, that Atma, which is atarkyam. Logic is, of course, our arguments are all rational arguments, logical only. But logic is not primary. Why? Shastra has to come and say, hey, you are the whole. Once you hear the statement and say, how can I be the whole? How can I be complete? How can I be Purnaha? I am Apurnaha. No, you are Purna. No, you have confused yourself to be the body and mind. Therefore, you are saying you are Purna, but really speaking, you are not. Really. Then you can use logic. Start using logic. Somebody has to tell that. That is called Shabda Pramanam. So, Pramanam, primarily Shabdam. Then use whatever logic you have, whatever experiments you want to conduct. And so, all Pramanams you can use. That is called Tarka Pramanam. And so, Tarka means logic. Therefore, this Atarkyam Atma, if it is taught by somebody who thinks Tarka alone can, I am so smart, I can figure it out, then what happens? Anupramanat Aniyan. Anu is subtle. Anupramanat. That which is subtle will be made even more subtler, even more mystical. They will say things like, oh, Atma is something you can't, you have to be very careful. You have to experience it. Experience Atma. How many of us have heard the statement? You have to experience Atma. You have to close your eyes and then something will happen after some time. The white heat of meditation, then only you will get it. Atma is always there. The meditator is Atma. The meditated object is Atma. The meditation experience is Atma. Everything is Atma. That Atma has been there before, it is there now, it is going to be there later. How I am going to get an experience? And experiences you can get. How is a teacher going to communicate an experience? Not possible. Not possible at all. Therefore, Aniyam. Anupramanat Aniya. Atma is already Sukshma. And from that Sukshma, it becomes even more mystical. And so mystical that now you have many ideas. Many mystic ideas, mystical ideas. So that's the gist of this mantra. And it says that the importance of a proper teacher. And the fact that logic alone cannot be used to figure out the truth of Atma. So let's read the Bhaashyam here. Yeah, unmute yourself, Jyoti ji. Nahi narena
नहि नरेण
manushyena
मनुष्येण
avarena proktah
अवरेण प्रोक्तः
avarena hinena
अवरेण हीनेन
prakrita buddhina
प्राकृतबुद्धिना
iti etat
इति एतत्
uktah yeshah atma
प्रोक्तः एषः आत्मा
yam tvam
यं त्वं
mam pritchasi
मां पृच्छसि
nahi sushtu
न हि सुष्ठु
samyak vigna
सम्यक् विज्ञेय
विज्ञातुं शक्यः
अविज्ञातुं शक्यः
यस्मात्
यस्माद्
बहुधा अस्ति नास्ति
बहुधा अस्ति नास्ति
कर्ता कर्ता
कर्ता कर्ता
शुद्धो शुद्धः
बुद्धो शुद्धः
इत्यादि अनेकधा
इत्यादि अनेकधा
चिन्त्यमानः वादिभिः.
चिन्त्यमानः पादिभिः.
Yeah. So this explains the first. You can mute yourself. Explains the first half of the mantra. Okay. So let's read the Bhaashyam here. Narena manushyena avarena proktaha yeshaha atma. Yeshaha means atma. So let's see that. Proktaha, taught by he doesn't say much here. Uktaha, he says, Shankaracharya. Uktaha, taught. What is taught? Yeshaha. Yeshaha. That's all he says. Yeshaha. Means what? That Atma which, what is that Atma? Shankaracharya says Atma. Yam tvam mam pritchasi. That Atma which you asked me about. Hey Nachiketa. I hope you have not forgot. Okay. And because we went through a big session on this Virad, Agni, Nachiketa Agni, etc. So maybe you forgot. No. So just in case, Shankaracharya is saying that it is actually meant for us. It's meant not for Nachiketa, it's meant for us. I hope you did not forget what the third bowl, So yam tvam mam pritchasi. That when that is taught, okay, by who? By who? Manushyena. Narayana Shankaracharya says Manushyena. By a person, no doubt. And then what? Avarena. Avarena is equal to Hinena is equal to Prakrita Buddhina. Hinena. Prakrita Buddhina. Hinaha is equal to Prakrita Buddhi. Prakrita Buddhi. Very technical. It's commonly used for somebody who does not have any Viveka at all. Prakrita Buddhi. What is the opposite of, okay, Prakrita means what? Dharmartha Kama. I need to enjoy life and I'm living my life normally. I'm a dharmic person also. But all I know is Dharmartha Kama. Nothing else I know. And so Prakrita Buddhi. What is the opposite of Prakrita Buddhi?
Samskrita Buddhi.
Samskrita Buddhi. So this person is a Prakrita Buddhi. Avara. And we also know for this Atma, as I said before, that person, Avara, is what? Is somebody who is neither a Shrotriya nor a Brahmanishta. Or the person could be a Shrotriya, Kevala Shrotriya, but not a Brahmanishta. Or could be a Brahmanishta, but not a Kevala, not a Shrotriya. So that means what? Kevala Shrotriya or Kevala Brahmanishta. Is it possible? Yes, possible. Brahmanishta is possible. Some freak, last Janma, something was there and then born as a Jnani. Born as a Jnani. Means born and became a Jnani. Because they're waiting, just waiting. Samskrita Buddhi. But then the methodology is not clear. How do I communicate this to others? Can't communicate. Gupchup. Jnani, but then can't teach much. And so if also it starts teaching, it will create confusion in the minds of the students because this is Anuhu. What about Kevala Shrotriya? Kevala Shrotriya knows, has studied, but not a Brahmanishta. So clarity is not there. That Jnana Nishta is not there. Therefore, always some Shastram says that. Shastram says that. Cannot say, I am Brahma. Can I stand in front of people and say, I am Brahma and walk away from that? That kind of Nishtha is not there. And therefore, if that Nishtha is not there, then what happens? The student who is listening to the Shastram by such a person will have some vague knowledge. Vague. Clarity will not be there. Okay? That's the idea here. Okay? So, Prakrita Buddhihi. One who continues to think of this world as I am the victim, the world is victimizing me, I need to seek the help of God. God is different, world is there, and I am here. This is the idea. Swami Paramarthanandaji calls it this, what is it? Triangular format. That is the word here. Triangular format. The Prakrita Buddhi is a person who is in triangular format. That's the term he uses. And so, Kartaham iti manyate. Okay, that Bhagavad Gita 3.27. Okay, Prakrite kriyamanani gunakarmani sarvachaha ahankara vimudhatma kartahamiti manyate. Okay, third chapter. So that Prakriti, Swabhavika Buddhihi. Just what is normal to everybody. Swabhavika, very natural it is. Okay, so when it is taught by such a person, when Atma is taught by an Avara, then what happens? Nahi sushtu samyak vijñeyaha. Okay. Vijñatum shakyaha. Nahi vijnatum shakyah is not possible to be understood. How? Sushtu. Sushtu means properly is equal to samyak. Samyak vijnatum na shakyah. Vijnaya. Vijnaya means that which is understood properly. And so Shankaracharya is saying, Atma is not understood properly means what? It is not possible to understand Atma properly, he's saying. Not possible. And then what? Yasmat, further, Bahuda Chintyamanaha. Bahuda Chintyamana. Vadibihi. By all these people who talk, Vadibihi, all these Ananyavadibihi. I'm sorry, Avaravadibihi. Right? These avaras, many avaras are there. And by them what? It is talked about in many different ways. Every ashram you go, you will hear one new Atma. Yeah, new idea of Atma will be there. So nice, democracy, right? You have to allow all ideas to flourish. And so we do allow. India is a great place to flourish all kinds of ideas. And then so, what kind of thoughts Shankaracharya is helping us? Asti, Nasti. Atma is there, Atma is not there. Atma is Shunyaha, Shunyavadi, Bauddha are there. There are 4 types of Bauddhavadinaha. Then there is Jains are there. Jainism is also Nastikas. Okay. Then Charvakas are there. They are also Nastikas. They say that Veda is not a pramanam. Veda is not a pramanam itself. Finished. One shot, right in the get-go. They're saying Veda is not useless to know anything. Not useless. I mean, useless to know about Atma. We don't. There may be some things we accept in the Veda, but Veda is not a pramanam. Shabda pramanam, no chance. Okay. Like this, they say. Then there is, of course, all this. There is Purva Mimamsa, Karma Kandinaha. Then don't write all these things down. A lot of things are words are using. So if you start writing, what will happen? There'll be a bunch of words for you. Just listen. These are small. You can review the recording later if you want. But Purva Mimamsa, Karma Kandinaha. They're all saying karma alone can give me moksha. And Veda is all about rituals. And you're talking about Upanishad, Atma Siddha, it's meaningless. Such statements which don't make me do something is a meaningless statement. Vedas are made to do something. Why? To get karma, phalam, punyam. Why? Because I can go to Swarga. Without punyam, we can't go to Swarga. Great idea. That is called karma kandi. Veda is a pramanam. There are astikas, no doubt. Yes. Then what about, then there is a Vedanti. And who says, hey, karma kanda is needed for all the things, dharmartha kama, no doubt. But then, when are you going to grow out of this dharmartha kama? If you want to grow out of it, you have to come to Upanishad. And that is the only way for moksha. You are welcome to go to heaven. We don't have a problem with you going to heaven. But then Shine Punyam Tilokam Vishanti, that is also there. This is this fellow. Vedanti is talking like this. And then you've got Sankhya, then you got Yoga, then you got Nyaya, then you got a Vaisheshika. Okay, Vaisheshika, Kanada, Nyaya is by Gautama Muni, and then Sankhya by Kapila Muni, Yoga by Patanjali Muni. You got rishis talking about all this. Not ordinary debates. These are all very powerful debates. And so, if I don't understand Atma the way it should be understood, then it will be Bahuda Chintyamanaha and Asti Nasti. Then Kartava Akartava. Atma is Karta, Atma is Akarta. Doubt will be there. Doubt will be there. Convincing arguments will be there on both sides. Therefore, Asti Nasti, Karta Akarta. Shuddhava, Ashuddhava. Atma Shuddhava, Atma Ashuddhava. Means Atma has Punya Papa. Atma does not have Punya Papa. Scratch the head. So the scratching head will be there. A lot of things will be there like this. And ityadi anekada chintyamana. Shankaracharya says like this. In many ways, you got many, many opinions, many, many schools of thought will be there. And so that is clear to us now, that first line. Now let's read the next paragraph from Gita Press.
Guruji, make me co.
Could you repeat that?
No, to make me co-host again and connection.
Oh, make co-host. Okay, your internet
Next,
is
Chandana. Yeah, my internet is bad.
okay. Okay.
Chandana,
Chandana, Chandana, go ahead. Katham punaha
कथं पुनः
सुविज्ञेयः इत्युच्यते
युयुक्तेनः निश्चित्यते
अनन्यप्रोक्ते
अनन्यप्रोक्ते
अनन्येन
अनन्येन
अपृथक्दर्शिना
अपृथक्दर्शिना
आचार्येण
आचार्येण
प्रतिपाद्य ब्रह्मात्मभूतेन
प्रतिपाद्य ब्रह्मानुभूतेन
प्रोक्ते उक्ते
प्रोक्ते उक्ते
आत्मनि गतिः
आत्मनि गतिः
अनेकधा अस्ति
अनेकता अस्ति
नास्ति इत्यादि
नास्ति इत्यादि
क्षणा चिन्ता
अक्षणा चिन्ता
गतिः अत्र अस्मिन्
गतिः अत्र अस्मिन्
आत्मनि
आत्मनि
नास्ति
नास्ति
न विद्यते
न विद्यते
सर्वविकल्प
कर्मविकल्प सर्वविकल्प
गति प्रत्यस्मितत्व
गति प्रत्यस्त्यम गति
सर्वविकल्प गति
सर्वविकल्प गति
प्रत्यस्तमितत्वात्
प्रत्यस्त विद्यत्वात्
आत्मनः
आत्मनः.
So, I said earlier that Shankaracharya is going to give us two meanings for the word ananyaha and four meanings for the word gati. So now is a good time to talk about it. When you write down, put 1 and 2 for the two meanings of ananya, and you can say A, B, C, D for four meanings of gati. So that when we explain, we can refer to, one, etc., A, etc. Okay. So, what did I say? First meaning is what? Ananyaha. One who does not consider Ishvara to be Anyaha. Correct? One who does not consider Ishvara or Brahma to be Anyaha. Aham Brahma Asmi. Okay. And therefore, nobody is other. There is no other. That person is referred to by the word Ananya. Person who has the vision. Next meaning of Ananya is what? That which does not have a second. Anya nasti yatra. Anya na vidyate yasmin. Means what? Atma. Advaita Atma. Atma is one which does not have a second. Correct? So the second meaning of Ananya is Atma. Or better, Advaita Atma. Because Ananya, what is that? So second meaning is Advaita Atma. First meaning is what? A person who has the vision of Advaita Atma. Correct? I hope you are with me, correct? First meaning refers to the person who has the vision of Advaita Atma. Second meaning is Advaita Atma. Okay? So that's okay. Both definitions. Whenever there's a samasa, we have the freedom to come up with these kinds of definitions. So Shankara is going to refer to this one or two. Now, gatihi. Okay? Gatihi. Okay. Four meanings of gati. Put A, B, C, D. First meaning of gatihi. Shankaracharya is going to say gatihi is avagatihi. Avagatihi means avagamanam. Avagamana means understanding. Understanding. First meaning of gatihi is what? Samshaya gatihi. Samshayava gatihi. Understanding with doubts. Doubtful understanding. A is what? Doubtful understanding. Second one, viparita. Vikalpa avagatihi is going to say. Wrong understanding. B is what? Wrong understanding. Gatihi. Again, third meaning.
Can you repeat the second meaning, Guruji?
Wrong understanding.
No, the Sanskrit word you said viparita gatihi, is it?
Correct. Vikalpa gatihi. And then
And the
viparita.
first one, Guruji, first one, the Sanskritam word.
Samshayava gatihi. Samshaya. Oh,
Dhanyavad.
Samshayava gatihi or samshaya jnanam. Avagatihi is jnanam. So you can say samshaya jnanam. Okay. Second one is what? Vikalpa gatihi or viparita jnanam, viparita avagatihi. So you can just say jnanam. Don't worry about writing two words every time. So vikalpa jnanam, viparita jnanam. Okay. And or anya jnanam. Anyavagatihi. Anyavagati means something other. What you did not understand what you are supposed to understand. Therefore, erroneous understanding. But I know I understood. I think I understood. Therefore, erroneous, wrong knowledge. Then, third one, samsara gatihi. Samsara gatihi. Gati is equal to samsara. That is the meaning. Movement, travel of this jiva. That is C. And D is anavagatihi. Anavagati goes back to A, B. It must be C. But really speaking, he's writing it in this order. So we are following Shankaracharya's order. And so D is what? Agatihi. Non-understanding. Non-understanding. What is the difference between non-understanding and A and B? Everything sounds similar. Yeah, certain differences there. A is what? The understanding with doubts. B is a wrong understanding. I thought I understood, but really I did not understand. That is called wrong understanding. D is what? D is not understanding. Not understand. I did not understand. That's it. That is D. Okay? And so, and C, of course, is samsara. Samsara gati. A, B. Go back. What is Ananya? Ananya meaning number one is one who has the vision of Advaita Atma, referring to a person. Second meaning of Ananya is not referring to a person, referring to that Advaita Atma. Then Gatihi, four meanings are there, A, B, C, D. First meaning onwards, doubtful understanding or rather understanding with doubts. Second meaning is wrong understanding. Third meaning is samsaraha. Fourth meaning is non-understanding. N-O-N, not understanding, non-understanding. Correct? Okay. This you keep as your reference, okay, for the next discussion.
Guruji, what do you mean by samsara gatihi?
Samsara gatihi, samsara. Life as you and I know it. Samsara. The life of moving from one janma to another janma.
Okay.
Life, or if you don't, within this janma also moving from place to place, moving from idea to idea. And then at the end of their life saying, I'm confused, I'm depressed, that etc.
Can I consider that as mithya?
So, everything is mithya. Correct. The person who knows everything is mithya is a jnani, no doubt. Okay.
Jay Kumar ji, avagatihi, anavagatihi, agatihi. Avagatihi, agatihi, both are same.
Avagati is understanding. Agatihi is non-understanding. Okay. So I think the fourth meaning is agatihi, correct?
Yeah, fourth meaning is agatihi. First meaning is avagatihi, right?
Yeah. No. First meaning is not avagatihi. Samshayavagatihi.
Okay. Okay.
Samshaya Sahita Avagati.
Samshaya jnanam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Jnana.
Thank you.
Avagati means understanding. So add samshaya to that, and it becomes understanding with doubts. Okay. So feel free to ask questions in satsang also. All right. So we got this Ananya and Gatihi. Okay. So technically there are all these possibilities of explaining. So Shankara is going to just mention two combinations of this first column and second column. Okay. Combinations of Ananya and Gati. Okay. We'll see what that is. So Katham Punaha Suvigneyaha iti uchyate. Previously it is said Narena Avarena na Prokta Yeshaha, and if somebody teaches this without properly knowing it, without being in the Sampradaya, then it's going to be difficult. It was said, then how is it going to be understood? Katham Punaha Suvigneyaha iti uchyate. You're telling me it's difficult, you're difficult. And here I'm sitting in front of you trying to learn this Atma. This is, are you asking me to go back or what? You asked me to go back, but I can't go back because I'm pretty clear about this. So what is, are we stuck or what? That is the question he's asking. So now you can put here the first interpretation of Shankaracharya. You can put a number or something, something different. The first interpretation. Ananya Prokte. Yeah, Ananya Prokte means what? Prokte, taught by an Ananya. That is the meaning. That means what? Here Shankaracharya is using the first meaning of the word Ananya, correct? For a person who has the vision of Advaita. Okay. How do we know that? Look at this. Ananyena apruthak darshina acharyena. So look at that word acharyena means by an acharya. Okay. So that by an acharya. Who is what? Who is apruthak darshina? Prithak means different. Aprithak means not different. One who recognized their non-difference. Between what? Between the Atma and Anatma. There are only two things in this world, Atma and Anatma. So that guy who has seen the non-difference between Atma and Anatma, between Jiva and Ishvara, that person is Aprithak Darshi. Okay? And then Pratipadya Brahmatma Bhutena Prokte. Okay? And when taught Brahma Atma. Brahma and Atma are identical when it is taught in that manner. Not only the person knows that, but when the person is also obviously going to teach in that manner. Okay? Pratipadya Brahmatma Bhute. When taught as understood by the teacher. Okay? And Pratipadya means knowledge. In the form of the knowledge of the equality of Brahma and Atma. A literal translation is that. Okay? In the form of the knowledge of the equality of Brahma and Atma. The word equality is not specifically there in this long compound. Okay. Prokte ukte atmani. Okay. When Atma is taught in this manner, it's a Sati Saptami, very peculiar form in Sanskrit. So when Atma is taught in this manner by an Ananya and an Apritak Darshi, okay, then what happens? Gatihi anekada asti nasti ityadi lakshana chinta gatihi. Gatihi nasti, atra nasti. There is no gatihi. He's going to say that. And he's explaining what gatihi is. And what is gatihi? Anekada asti nasti ityadi lakshana. This thing we talked about, asti, nasti, karta, karta. Okay? And then shunya hava, karta va, asta, asti va, or to be experienced, not to be experienced. Where is this Atma? Is it changing? Is Atma subject to change or not? It is always existing, but it keeps on changing. Is that like a chameleon? It changes. Is that what Atma is? All these kinds of chinta, these kinds of thoughts is called gatihi, and those kinds of chintas, those kinds of different opinions and ideas and schools. Atra asmin atmani nasti na vidyate. With respect to this Atma, those kinds of thoughts are not possible. Not possible. Will not arise. Will not arise when taught by an Ananya Guru. When taught by a Shrotriya Brahmanishtaha. Correct? Hope you are with me so far, right? So what combination did he teach? Did Shankara use here? The first Ananya Guru, number one, and then doubts A, meaning number one of Gatihi is used here. So you can say 1 plus A if you want. I put 1 plus A. Okay. All these various ideas. So all clarity will not be there. Clarity will not. The possibility of lack of clarity will not be there when taught by an Ananya. Okay. When we say when taught by an Ananya, that Gatihi, which means doubtful understanding, will not be there. That is what he's saying here. And then further, Sarva Vikalpa Gati Pratyastamitatvat Atmanaha. Why? He's saying why. He's giving a reason for that. Okay? Because Atma is such a thing where all differences vanish. Atma itself is such a thing where all mithya, all differences are proved as mithya. And all types of pots are there, but the only sustaining thing is clay, and their clay brooks no differences. Pots can be different shapes and sizes, and like that everything is mithya, and therefore Atma is the only thing. Ekameva advitiyam Atma. Therefore their doubts also should go away. There cannot be doubts about Atma. There cannot be doubts. That is the confidence with which Yamadharma Raja is saying, and Shankaracharya is helping. Vikalpa, Sarva Vikalpa, all kinds of variations. Brati, Gati, Pratyastam Mitatvat. Pratyastam means what? Surya Astamanam. Surya Astamanam is the word we use for sun setting. Sun is setting. Astam. So Astam, Pratyastam, completely ceased. All differences, varieties of thoughts have completely ceased, dissolved. Okay, that is meaning of this pratyastamitatvat, because this sarva vikalpa is all gone. When you talk about Atma, they can't be like that. Like that, Shankaracharya is explaining. Okay. Gita Press. If you look at the Hindi, he says, Atma sampurna vikalpon ki gati se rahit hai. Okay. Periodically look at the Hindi translation. Okay. So that's the same thing we are trying to say here. Okay. All types of thoughts are ruled out about this self. All right. Now, let's read the next interpretation. Athava
अथवा
swatma bhute
स्वात्मभूते
ananyasmin
अनन्यस्मिन्
atmani prokte
आत्मनि प्रोक्ते
ananya prokte gatihi
अनन्यप्रोक्ते गतिः
atra anyava gatihi
अत्र अन्यावगतिः
nasti
नास्ति
ज्ञेयस्य
ज्ञेयस्य
अन्यस्य
अन्यस्य
अभावात्
अभावात्
ज्ञानस्य
ज्ञानस्य
ह्येषा पराकाष्ठा.
हेषा पराकाष्ठा.
Gita Press, you will see the word nishtha. You can replace the word nishtha by kashtha. Nishtha is also okay, but Most books use the word kashtha. Okay, so there is a pata bheda there. Yat
Yat
atmaikatva vijnanam
atmaikatva vijnanam
ataha
ataha
avagantavya abhavat
avagantavya abhavat
na gatihi
na gatihi
atra avashishyate.
atra avashishyate.
Yeah, this is the second he's going to give. He's saying athava. The minute he says athava, that means you can understand it differently also. And so that is what athava is there. He's saying, now he's going to use what? Swatma bhute ananyasmin atmani. Okay? Ananyasmin atmani. So atma. So that ananyasmin, in the ananya means in saptami. So when the ananya, which is atma, correct? Ananya is atma because atmani. Ananyasmin, he is saying saptami, and that is atmani. So he is saying ananya is equal to atma. And when atma is taught as something that is not anya, that is not anya to anything, that means there is nothing other than atma. When atma is taught as something that is non-dual, ityarthaha. When it is advaita, ityarthaha. Ananya prokte. Okay, when atma is taught in that manner as the non-dual self and the non-dual everything, it is the only thing that exists. Brahma mokkate, para Brahma mokkate. Correct? So, when Atma is taught in that manner, then what? Gatihi. So, he doesn't say taught by whom. Okay? He doesn't say taught by whom, right? It is taught in the manner of Ananya. When Atma is taught as Ananya, obviously within brackets by the person who knows it, of course, but that's only in brackets, right? So he's using what? He's using the second definition or interpretation of Ananya. Correct? When Atma is taught as Advaita Atma, and then what? Gatihi, Atra, Anyama Gatihi, Nasti. Anyama Gatihi. Avagatihi means what? Jnanam. Anya Jnana. Anya Jnana means what? Other understanding. Wrong understanding. Anyavagatihi atra nasti. There cannot be a wrong understanding when Atma is taught in that manner as non-dual self. Okay? Anyavagatihi, therefore, that is the second interpretation of Gatihi. Atra nasti. Why? Why do you say this? Nyayasya anyasya abhavat. Or in one word is finished. Anyasya nyayasya abhavat. Nyayasya means what? To be known. To be known. Because there is no second thing to be known. That's it. Shankaracharya is saying this. There is no second thing to be known. And that is why the student in Mundaka asks this question. Kasminnu bhagave bhagavo vijñate sarvavidam vijñatam bhavati. Hey Guru, tell me that which if I know, there is nothing else remains to be known. Why? Because everything that I say is different is really mithya, it is not satyam. There is only satya vastu ekameva advitiyam. So nyayasya anyasya abhavat. Abhavat means absence of. Because of the absence of another thing to be known. Or in one word, he's finishing up. Shankaracharya. Therefore, that is why he says Anyavagatihi atra nasti. There cannot be a wrong understanding when taught properly, of course. Okay. And we see such references in other texts also. Then the last line here, Jnanasya hi yesha parakashta yad atmaikatva vijnanam. Further, he's giving more reasons to this. Okay, he's saying, look, every knowledge is going to have a triputi. Triputi means what? There is a knower, there is something to be known, and there is the knowledge. There is a pramata, there is prameyaha, and there is prama. Prama means knowledge. And there is pramanam also. Pramanam means that which helps me see. The eyes, for example, helps me see. So eyes helps me see objects, and I am the seer, and what I see, when I see something, I say, I saw. So there is the pramata, there is prameya, there is the pramanam eyes, and then there is prama, the knowledge of sight. All this triputi, they call it triputi. Okay, if you take the knowledge out, it's called triputi. And so this triputi is there, and vyavahara is there, karta is there, then karma is there. I am the actor, doer, and I have to do something with things, and those things are all karma. And then there's all these karakas are there. Means what? I need this help and that help, and all these different materials are there. They're called karakas in Sanskrit. This is how the entire Laukika Vyavahara is. And he's saying this Vidya of Atma, being the only existent entity, it is a culmination. Kashta means what? Culmination. It is a culmination of everything that you are going to do and everything you are going to know. Culmination, nothing else. You can keep on doing if you want, but the Nishta is not there. Nishta, there is Nishta means there you can't say, you can never say I've accomplished. Can anybody say I've accomplished? You can say I'm retired. You can say I'm retired, but can you ever say, no, I wish I had done this? Those days, yeah, it was a good learning experience. Good learning experience. That's positive thinking, Good experience. Difficulties I went through, Nobody wants difficulties. I did not ask for difficulties, but still I went through difficulties. So you can, if you're lucky, you can say, yeah, I learned something from those difficulties. So there's always something missing. Finality will never be there. Never be there in this dharmartha kama pursuit. Okay. Therefore, here is saying jnanasya hi yesha parakashta. This jnanam, this atma ekatva vijnanam, this brahma, atma aham brahma asmi iti vijnanam. Okay, that jnanasya, only that knowledge will have what is called kashta, finality, culmination. Everything else is subject to change constantly. Okay, that is his conclusion there. Therefore, ataha, therefore what? Avagantavya abhavat na gatihi atra avashishyate. Avagantavya abhavat. There is nothing else to be known because everything is mithya. And of course, knowing Atma doesn't mean you know Anatma. See, you know the nature of Atma. A jnani cannot say, I know how to make the iPhone and all that. You can't say. Making iPhone is a separate science, but that science is mithya. Science is mithya. Sure, go ahead. You can be an expert electrical engineer. You can be an expert psychologist. You can be an expert nutritionist. All those are separate fields. They're all Anatma fields. There is no Atma field. There's only one Atma field. And so, Avagantavya abhavat. Shankaracharya is just saying there's nothing else to be known. Na gatihi atra avashishyate. Avashishyate means what? Purnameva avashishyate. We say Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva avashishyate. That avashishyate is coming here. Atra remaining. Nothing else remains to be known. Okay? Shesha means remain. Something is remaining. This remaining is always there in this our samsara. Samsara, somebody asks, what is samsara? Samsara is that where something is always remaining. There's always some feeling in the head. I wish it were different. I wish I get this. I wish it were better. I wish I was healthier. Okay, I was healthier. I think even healthiest person must have the same idea. I wish I were healthier. So that is always the Shesha is always there. That is what he's saying here. So here, what meanings were used? What interpretations? Second interpretations of Ananya and second interpretation of Gatihi. What is the second interpretation? Wrong understanding. Because if I don't have the right understanding, I have wrong understanding. Okay. Let's read the next paragraph, next interpretation. Samsara gatirva.
Reji.
Samsara gatirva.
Samsara gatirva
Atra nasti.
tranasti
Ananye atmani.
ananye atmani
Prokte.
ukte
Na antariya katvat.
na antariyakatvat
Tad vijnana phalasya.
tad tad vijnana bhalasya
Mokshasya.
mokshasya.
Yeah. That basically is that third interpretation that Bhagavan showed. Samsara Gatihi. So he's giving the word what? Third interpretation of Gatihi. Samsara Gatihi. He's saying Samsara Gatihi va. He assumes we understand what Samsara Gati is. Basically, life as we know it. Okay. That dharmartha kama based pursuit. Pravritti margaha ityartaha. So pravritti marge atra na asti. Not there. Samsara Gati is not there. When is it not there? Ananye Atmani Prokte. Ananye Atmani Prokte. Again, Ananya is saying Atma. Therefore, what he is using the second interpretation of the word Ananya as Advaita Atma. Prokte. When Atma is taught as non-dual Advaita, non-dual, one, the only one there is. When Atma is taught as the only Ananya, no other, as one without a second. Sometimes you see these books with titles, One Without a Second. Okay. It's a very attractive title. Huh? What is this one without a second? Second means, is it second, minute, hour, that second? Or is it first, second, third, fourth, that second? You have all these questions. So, when Atma is taught in that manner, as Advaita Atma, then Gatihi Nasti, Samsara Gatihi Nasti. Samsara comes to an end. Okay. He's going to give a reason for that. Na antariya katvat tad vijnana phalasya mokshasya. Na antariya katvat. So this transmigration is referring to antariyaka, means this moving from janma to janma. Okay, and that is what is samsara. And this movement, what happens? That moksha phalam. Antariyika means really there is no gap between knowledge and its result, which is moksha. There is no gap. There is no time gap. Suppose I know today, when will I get moksha? If somebody asks, the answer is very simple. If you know it, you got it over. There's nothing else. The moksha and jnanam are not two different things. You can't say, oh, I got it, and then now I have to practice. Practice, right? Because this our idea is theory, practice, theory, practice. We've been told this innumerable times, and in college also we have this theory classes, then we have lab classes, and lab is there, and this that goes on and on. Our mindset is like that. यहाँ पर बोलते हैं कि theory and practice नहीं है, न अंतरीयकत्वात्. There's no gap between knowledge and moksha. Therefore, the minute you say, I know, samsara gati is over, ceased, comes to an end, even though life continues. Body is going to be alive, no doubt. Prarabdha karma is continuing until Prarabdha karma ends. This body will survive, mind will survive. And so he's saying, na antariyakatva. Okay? All quietly we learn all these, nuances. Atma is whole Purna over. The main message is already given, but we are backing it up with all these other facets of this knowledge. Okay. And yeah, jnana phalasya moksha, which is jnana phalam, which is a result of this knowledge. Otherwise, see, I'm not studying this just for the sake of study. Moksha is the ultimate goal. Even though I love to study this, I may like it, but still, moksha is the ultimate goal. He's saying, and so mokshasya jnana phalasya na antariyakatva. Between jnana and phalam, there is no gap. Okay. So we will chant this Bhaashyam and then conclude. We may not have time to go through it. Okay? Or is next can come. Yeah. Athava
अथवा
prochyamana. We can't hear you, Hemaj.
प्रोच्यमान
Brahmatma bhutena
ब्रह्मात्मभूतेन
acharyena
आचार्येण
prokte atmani
प्रोक्ते आत्मनि
or prokta atmani.
अनन्यतया. There is one word.
Oh, ananyataya.
अनन्यतया.
So those in Gita Press should insert that word ananyataya between the words acharyena and prokte. Okay. Prokte atmani
प्रोक्ते आत्मनि
agatihi
अगतिः
anavabodhaha
अनवबोधः
aparijnanam
अपरिज्ञानम्
atra nasti
अत्र नास्ति
bhavati
भवति
eva
एव
avagatihi
अवगतिः
tad vishaya shrotuhu
तद्विषया श्रोतुः
tad asmi aham iti
तद् अस्मि अहम् इति
acharyasya
आचार्यस्य
iva ityarthaha.
इव इत्यर्थः.
So now you should be able to guess. Agatihi. He brings the word agatihi.
अनवबोधः.
Yeah, he's translating gatihi as agatihi. How can gati be translated as agatihi? I don't follow that. That's not clear. That's it's like saying kramam is translated as akramam. This is akramama irukku idu appdi solluvom. Tamil we say akramam means this is not acceptable. Akramam means not acceptable. So gatihi cannot be said as agatihi. It makes the whole meaning is gone here. Shankara is saying, wait, don't get upset. He's saying this Ananya Prokte, look at the Mula Mantra. Ananya Prokte Gatiratra Nasti. If the letter I is there in front of Gatihi also, what happens? Due to Sandhi rule, that I will drop. Ananya Prokte Agatihi, that I will drop and become Gatihi. Therefore, even if it were Agatihi, it will end up as Gatihi. You may be reading it as Gatihi, but the real word is Agatihi. That is what Shankaracharya is quietly telling us. Without telling, he's telling us. Okay. And so that is how this discussion goes. Okay. So agatihi. Then agatihi means what? What interpretation of gatihi? He's saying avabodhaha. Anavabodhaha means non-understanding. He's using the fourth interpretation of gatihi. Correct? Non-understanding. What about the acharya? Acharyena he's saying.
One.
Yeah, one. You can even say 1 plus 2. If he's saying acharyena advaita atma proktaha chet, if he says, then it becomes 1 plus 2 also. 1 and 2. Because 1 and 2 can go together. Can they go together? Because 1 is a person who knows 2. Therefore, 1 who teaches 2 also can go together. Correct? So we will continue this discussion. Om swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahishaah गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ